Beloved, you've been wondering why your name came up in places you've never been. You've asked yourself, why now? Why me? You think it's just timing or perhaps luck, but I'm here to remind you, it is none of those things. There are moments in your life where heaven interrupts earth, where I, the Lord your God, arrange circumstances so precise, so unexpected, that it leaves no room for coincidence. This is one of those moments. A billionaire, someone with status, reach, and incredible wealth, has turned their eyes toward you. Not because you tried to be seen, not because you were in the spotlight, but because I shined my light upon you. You were seen because I made you visible. You were chosen because I whispered your name into the atmosphere of their life. People with great power do not move randomly. They are influenced by unseen forces. They follow hunches, gut feelings, sudden curiosities. And what they don't realize is that these nudges are often my direction in disguise. So hear me now. You caught their attention because I wanted it that way. Not for vanity, not for applause, but because I am about to do something uncommon in your life. The one who noticed you may have everything that money can buy, but what they truly crave is what your spirit carries. This is not about attraction in the usual sense. It's not about popularity or charm. It's about the light I placed inside of you, a light that cannot be hidden, no matter how quiet you are. You've been walking humbly without demanding recognition. You've been faithful when no one was watching. You've been praying in private, crying in silence, growing in the shadows. And now, heaven is bringing your name to people who can open doors you didn't even know existed. This attention you've received? It isn't random. It is part of my plan to elevate you in a way that gives me glory and fulfills your destiny. You must understand I do nothing without purpose. Every glance, every connection, every divine setup is carefully arranged for a higher reason. You have a role to play. This billionaire may be rich in material things, but poor in peace. They may own buildings, but lack the foundation of truth. And I have chosen you to be a vessel, not of flattery, but of faith. Not of compromise, but of conviction. So as you listen to this message, I want you to open your heart and your spirit. Let my voice speak louder than your fear. Let my presence quiet the noise of doubt. You don't need to be afraid of being seen. You don't need to run from this attention. You were noticed because you were marked. Marked for purpose, marked for influence, marked for divine timing. And before we move any further, I ask you to take a step of faith and write this in the comments as a declaration. God, if this is from you, let me not miss it. Don't just scroll past. Don't just watch in silence. Say it out loud or type it, because this statement is more than words. It's a prayer. It's an invitation for me to confirm what I've already set in motion. You're entering a chapter where strangers will recognize your worth, where people of power will seek your presence, and where unexpected hands will be moved by my divine instruction. So stay here with me. Listen carefully, because this is no ordinary message. This is a moment of divine alignment, and it begins now. Why they noticed you. There are meetings happening right now in places your feet have never touched. There are conversations unfolding in corridors of power among people who live far above the noise of the ordinary world. You've never sat at their tables. You've never walked through their doors. And yet, somehow, your name has reached them. Why? Because I placed it there. There are people who seem to have everything: influence, fortune, access to anything they want. But even in their abundance, they feel something missing. They have filled their lives with success, but their souls remain unfulfilled. They have built empires, but they're still searching for meaning. That billionaire you caught the attention of, they weren't looking for beauty. They weren't seeking popularity. They were longing for something real, something pure, something divinely anchored. And that's what you carry. You may not realize it, but you walk with a light that cannot be explained. You speak with a depth that cuts through the surface. You live with a peace that money cannot manufacture. And that's why they noticed you. They didn't recognize your clothes. They didn't admire your followers. They didn't even fully understand why their eyes kept returning to you. But I do. Because I've been shaping your life for a divine encounter. I've been molding your heart, teaching you how to stay grounded even when overlooked. I've been placing character inside of you where others have only chased charm. I've made you different on purpose. You carry my fragrance in your presence. You carry my truth in your silence. You carry my voice in your quiet confidence. That billionaire saw something they couldn't explain, and what they saw was me inside of you. You weren't trying to be found. You weren't advertising yourself. You weren't chasing connection, but your spirit sent out a signal that only a soul in need of healing could recognize. You've been through pain, but you didn't lose your joy. You've walked through storms, but your faith never drowned. You've had moments of loneliness, but never became bitter. That's why I chose you. I didn't need you to be perfect. I needed you to be prepared. This is not about celebrity. This is not about status. This is about purpose, heaven's purpose. Because when someone who has it all meets someone who walks with me, transformation can happen, eternity can shift, destiny can align. I allowed them to see you, not for attraction, but for alignment. Not for entertainment, but for enlightenment. You are the answer to a question they've been silently asking. You are the calm to a storm they cannot explain. You are the reminder that true peace does not come from power, but from presence, my presence. So when they noticed you, they weren't just reacting with their eyes. They were responding to a divine pull in their spirit. They noticed you because I appointed you to be noticed. You don't need to figure it out. You don't need to question your worth. You don't need to chase them down. Just keep walking in humility, keep standing in faith, and keep carrying me. Because when you carry heaven, even billionaires will stop in their tracks. Divine positioning, not chance. You've been walking through seasons that left you confused, placed in places you didn't ask to be, surrounded by people who didn't see your value, left out of rooms where you thought your name belonged. And in the middle of all that, you wondered, did God forget me? Why am I here? Why does it feel like I'm being hidden? But I want you to hear this clearly. You weren't forgotten. You were positioned. There is a big difference between being ignored and being reserved. What looked like delay was actually divine design. While others rushed ahead to chase validation, I was placing you where only purpose can find you. That situation that didn't make sense, that closed door, that sudden shift, it wasn't chaos, it was strategy. My strategy. I placed you exactly where you needed to be, even if it didn't look impressive to the world, because the person I've aligned to cross paths with you wasn't looking for surface. They were searching for something authentic, and authenticity is never found in crowds. It is discovered in quiet corners of faithfulness. You thought no one saw you, but someone saw what I wanted them to see. You thought you missed your moment, but you were actually being ushered into the right moment. You didn't have to push your way into their world, because I brought their attention to yours. I've been shifting atmospheres, changing hearts, arranging meetings you don't even know about yet. This is not about networking. This is not about connections in the earthly sense. This is about revelation. You see, there are people who appear to have it all: success, luxury, titles, fame, but when they close their eyes at night, they feel an emptiness money can't reach. And when that emptiness grows louder, I begin to lead them. I send signs, I stir their spirit, I awaken their soul to begin searching. And that search brings them to you. Not because you were loud, not because you were trending, but because you carry what they need most, my presence. I don't always bring peace through familiar faces. Sometimes I send it through strangers who've walked with me in the shadows. Just like when Samuel came to anoint a king in 1 Samuel 16, everyone looked at Eliab. Everyone thought the answer was tall, strong, visible, but I had already chosen David. David wasn't even invited to the meeting. He wasn't the obvious pick. He wasn't in the room. But when Samuel asked, "Is there anyone else?" it was David they brought. And it was David I had already anointed. That is what I've done with you. You may not be standing in the spotlight, but you are standing exactly where my oil is waiting to flow. You are not chasing moments. You are walking in prepared ones. So when someone with power, wealth, or influence notices you, don't shrink. Don't question your place. Don't think it's a mistake. You didn't arrive there by accident. You arrived because I ordered your steps. This is not romance. This is not just business. This is revelation. They are being drawn to the light inside of you. And that light was not earned, it was given. So don't let fear talk you out of the moment I've called you into. Don't try to fit yourself into their world. You weren't called to blend in, you were called to stand apart. This positioning has nothing to do with popularity. It has everything to do with purpose. And beloved, when I position you, no one can remove you. No one can replace you. No one can undo what I've appointed. You're not just chosen, you're positioned by heaven's hand. The reason they're drawn to you: they've traveled the world. They've walked through palaces, flown private, lived high above the clouds, but now they've encountered something they can't explain. Something in you is speaking louder than all their possessions. They are surrounded by noise, loud voices, big ideas, constant motion. And yet when you enter, you don't say much. But your presence brings a stillness they haven't felt in years. You're not trying to impress. You're not performing. You're just being who I made you to be. Peaceful, grounded, steady. In their world, people compete for attention. They chase approval, build their image, and sell their identity to be accepted. But you stand firm in who you are because you know whose you are. And that, child, is what draws them. They're used to polished people. People who shine on the outside but feel hollow inside. People who say all the right things but carry no real power. People who speak with charm but lack truth. But when they met you, they encountered someone who didn't need to fake anything. You don't have to try to be deep. You just are, because you've spent time in my presence. You see, when someone who is spiritually starving comes across someone who's spiritually full, they are immediately pulled toward the source. They don't know why their attention keeps going back to you. They don't understand why your voice brings them peace. They can't explain why your calm makes their stress feel small. But I can. I've placed a hunger in their soul that success can't satisfy, a longing that applause can't fulfill, a thirst that luxury can't quench. They've had every meal but still feel hungry. They've held everything in their hands, but they've never held peace in their heart. And now, without knowing why, they feel safe around you. They feel grounded in your presence. They feel seen, not for their money or fame, but for their soul. That's not coincidence. That's not your personality. That's not even your wisdom. That is me, living inside you. It is my light shining through your kindness, my truth flowing from your words, my spirit hovering over your silence. You've been walking with me quietly. You've learned to listen. You've learned to trust me when no one was watching. And now, I'm bringing people to you who need what you carry. You're not here to be used. You're here to be a vessel, a carrier of my peace, a reflection of my heart. Don't underestimate what they feel when you walk into the room. Even if they don't understand it yet, even if they can't name it, they are encountering me through you. And that's what they've been missing all along. This connection isn't about charm or charisma. It's not about your appearance, your past, or your background. It's about your essence, what I've placed inside of you. You are light in their darkness. You are stillness in their storm. You are clarity in their confusion. And it's not because you have all the answers. It's because you know how to rest in the one who does. So don't doubt what they see. Don't question why they keep calling. Don't downplay what I've placed in you. This is not random. This is a pull of the Spirit. I am drawing them through you. They think they're drawn to your character. They believe they're intrigued by your perspective. They assume it's your values that keep them coming back. But in reality, they're being drawn to me. And you, my child, are the one I've chosen to carry me into the room. Your character is the currency. Beloved, let me open your eyes to a truth the world rarely speaks of. Character is the real wealth in my kingdom. Not what you drive, not what you wear, not what you own. When I allow someone with power to notice you, it's not because of your resume, it's not because of your bank account, it's because of what you've carried with grace when no one clapped for you. Your story is filled with moments that didn't make headlines, but heaven recorded every one. When they rejected you and you forgave anyway, when they lied about you and you stayed silent, when they overlooked you, and yet you still showed up with excellence. That's when your true value was being formed. You've been refined in the fire of disappointment. You've been shaped through tears and trials. You've walked through heartbreak that could have made you bitter, but instead, it made you better. I didn't let you go through those things just to survive. I allowed it so that your spirit would be made strong. Not popular, but powerful. Not loud, but deep. Not flashy, but faithful. That billionaire isn't searching for someone who wants to be seen. They've already met too many of those. They're looking for someone who can be trusted with what money can't fix. They've already found people who chase influence, but now they need someone who carries influence from heaven, someone who doesn't bend for status, someone who won't sell their integrity for access. And that someone is you. You didn't just wake up one day with spiritual strength. You were built through silence, built through seasons of waiting, built through loss, through pruning, through hiddenness. Do you remember those nights you cried in secret? When you asked me, why does it hurt so much? When you wanted to give up, but chose to worship instead? That's where your character was born. You've been walking in rooms without demanding attention. You've been speaking truth without seeking praise. You've been helping people who may never repay you. And all this time, you didn't even know you were being watched. Not just by them, but by me. And now, the moment has arrived. Not for who you used to be, not for who the world expected, but for who I have shaped you to become. This isn't a moment for you to shrink. This isn't a moment for you to second guess. This isn't the time to say I'm not enough. You are not standing here by mistake. You are not receiving their attention by accident. You were made for this. You were made to carry light into places of power. You were made to speak with clarity in spaces of confusion. You were made to walk with dignity, even when others lose their way. I didn't elevate you for applause. I lifted you for impact. The world celebrates noise, but heaven moves through stillness. The world rewards speed, but I value the one who endures. The world lifts those who market themselves, but I promote those who are willing to be molded in the secret place. This billionaire isn't your reward. They're your assignment. And your character is the key that unlocks this next season. Not charm, not beauty, but character. So don't pretend to be smaller than I made you. Don't deny the strength I've placed inside of you. Don't hand away your power to fit into a room you were sent to shift. You've already been approved by me. You've already passed tests no one else saw. You've already been chosen, long before they noticed. So lift your head, straighten your back, and remember this. You're not here to impress, you're here to influence. You're not just accepted, you're anointed. And your character is the currency I've used to purchase this divine moment. Beware of the test disguised as a gift. Listen closely, my child, because not everything that looks like a blessing is truly sent by me. Yes, you were noticed. Yes, someone powerful is showing interest. Yes, their words sound sweet, their offers seem generous, and their presence may feel overwhelming in its intensity. But I need you to pause. I need you to remember who you are, and more importantly, whose you are. Because in this season, you will be approached not just by opportunities, but by tests dressed as favor. Not every person that reaches for you is sent to lift you. Some are sent to distract. Some are allowed to cross your path to reveal what's still in your heart. You must ask yourself, do they want to protect your purpose, or are they trying to play with your purity? Do they respect your calling, or are they hoping to reshape it for their own advantage? Do they love your light, or are they planning to dim it once it's theirs? These are not questions born of fear. They are questions born of discernment. Because the truth is, the enemy knows how to package temptation as opportunity. He doesn't always come with red flags. Sometimes he comes with red carpets, and you must learn the difference. You see, a true gift from me will bring peace to your spirit, not confusion to your soul. A divine door will not lead you away from me. It will draw you deeper into my presence. If something or someone is pulling you out of alignment with my word, it is not a gift. It is a distraction. That's why I urge you, stay rooted, stay close to me, stay grounded in my word. Because in this season, you will need more than excitement. You will need discernment. There are some people who are drawn to your purity only because they haven't seen it before, not because they respect it. Some people are intrigued by your peace, but they don't want to protect it. They want to possess it. And the moment they do, they'll try to change what made you beautiful in the first place. So don't be flattered by attention. Be anchored in truth. Don't be impressed by titles or status. Be impressed by fruit. Does this person carry peace? Do they love what I love? Do they honor what I honor? Because if not, then no matter how much they offer you, they are not sent by me. Remember what I taught you. Not all open doors are divine. Some are traps painted gold. Some are tests shaped like blessings. But here is my promise. If you stay near to me, if you listen to my voice more than you listen to your feelings, I will show you what's real. You won't have to guess. You won't have to chase. You won't have to fear missing out. Because when something is from me, I don't confuse you with it. I confirm it. Stay in prayer. Not just once, but continually. Let your spirit be trained to recognize my whisper in the noise, and stay in my word. Because everything I give you will agree with what I've already spoken. Don't rush, don't assume, wait on me. Because your purpose is too important to gamble. Your peace is too valuable to trade. Your anointing is too rare to share with the wrong hands. This moment in your life is delicate. This attention is not ordinary, but your response will determine what happens next. So I say again, not every billionaire is your blessing. Some are just mirrors I'm using to show you how far you've come and how much you've learned to depend on me. And as you stand at this crossroad, know this, you don't need to be afraid, because I am with you. And if you trust me, I will confirm what is truly from me, the purpose behind this connection. This moment isn't about status, it's about readiness. I didn't position you to admire their success. I placed you there to bring change. You weren't sent to chase their riches. You were sent to carry my presence into a place that desperately needs it. They have wealth, but you have wisdom from above. They have access, but you hold truth that sets souls free. What if you're the only voice in their life that truly speaks from the Spirit? What if I've chosen you to wake up what's been asleep in them? I gave them riches, but I gave you my word. And when my word reaches the heart of someone with great influence, transformation begins. So walk humbly, but never hide your light. Don't shrink to make them comfortable. You were chosen for this, and I will guide you through it. Stay rooted in who you are. Don't forget who you are. Don't let their success make you question your value. You may not have their fortune, but you carry a treasure that doesn't fade. My spirit. They might walk in power, but you walk in purpose. Stay grounded in the truth I've taught you. You don't need to change to fit their world. You were sent to be different, not to blend in. Remain steady, remain pure, remain faithful. Because who you are in me is exactly what they need. When they offer you the world, when the offer comes, pause. When they promise comfort, luxury, or status, seek me first. Not every gift is a blessing. Some are traps wrapped in gold. If it pulls you away from my presence, it's not from me. If it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. Let my voice guide your yes. Let my spirit check your heart. Because what I give will never lead you to lose yourself. And no offer in the world is worth more than your calling. Stay true, stay close, and I will show you what's real. You caught their eye, but I caught your heart. Yes, you caught their eye. But long before that, I caught your heart. They see your grace, but I see your journey. They admire your light, but I shaped it through every tear, every prayer, every step of obedience. This isn't just about favor from man, it's about fulfillment of purpose from me. So walk with confidence, not because they chose you, but because I already did. Your heart is mine, and I will lead you where glory and purpose meet. Heavenly Father, thank you for reminding me that I am more than worthy. Thank you for showing me that I don't need to chase favor because I already walk in it. Lord, if this connection is from you, confirm it. Protect me from any trap that looks like a blessing. Give me eyes to see clearly and a spirit that listens to your voice. May I never sell my peace for popularity. May I always choose your purpose over every offer. And may I walk boldly into every divine alignment, not because I'm perfect, but because you go with me. In Jesus' name, amen.